Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again. This is a recording.
Hey everybody out there in Vapelandia, this is John Manzio and I'm the host of the Cold Open. And we've got a couple of new tanks we're going to look at today. We'll be right back right after this. Okay, so what's the deal? The deal is that every week, every 10 days, something like that, some new tank hits the market, some sub-ohm tank, and they are selling like crazy. And it seems that with each new tank, there hasn't been a misfire yet. Some are better on flavor, some are better on vapor, so forth and so on, but for the most part, they're damn good tanks. Today, we are going to talk about the Matrix, right here, by High Voltage, and the, what? I told you were going to spook me, you son of a bum. And the other one, which we got straight from China, from a company called Freemax. There, I remembered it. It's called the Starre Tank. S-T-A-R-R-E. I'll spell it for you. S-T-A-R-R-E. Okay, so what's the deal with these two tanks? Well, they're both sub-ohm tanks. They're both are good tanks. They both range anywhere from 20, 25 bucks all the way up to 40, 45 bucks. And that's really surprising because I didn't think there'd be that much play in these tanks, but there is. When I was investigating the Starre Tank, because it came straight from the manufacturer, Freemax themselves, I was very surprised to see that one company was selling it for $43.99, and it had on the page, sorry, this has to be the price. The company is very firm about having us selling us at the MSRP. And then the very next site I went to look at the price, it was like $18.99. And it's the same tank. And they're too soon to be clones or counterfeits. So, I don't know. Or was it 29? I don't know. Maybe it might have been 29.9. I don't know. I'm old. I forget these things. I do. But there was a large disparity, and they're kind of funky because I was looking forward to the Matrix tank a lot more than I was the Starre Tank, and purely for, I mean, the specs are very similar, so it was purely aesthetics. I looked at photographs of the Matrix tank, and it just looked like a better looking tank, and since the specs were the same as the Starre Tank, or very similar, I figured that, I would like the Matrix better. As it turns out, that's not the case. So let's come down here and take a look. This is the box. Let's move this crap out of the way. This is the box that the Matrix comes in, and it's a kind of a nice box, nice flip out box, and you pull out the. Boy, this is uncomfortable. I tell you, I've got to do something about getting a way to get this camera directly overhead without showing my huge bald spot, my Al Gore bald spot. And it's simple. It just comes like this, and you get an extra head in it, and you get a 0.2 and a 0.6, I believe. Hold on, let me check on that real quick. I mean, I have so many here. It is a boop a doop a doop a doop doo. Yep, this is the one that's 0.2 and 0.6. It's stainless steel and glass tanks. I refuse to say Pyrex from now on. because I don't see a Pyrex label on a brand on any of these glass tanks, so I refuse to say they're Pyrex glass. They're glass, okay, and they're 22 millimeters. Both tanks are 22 millimeters, so they will fit well on all of your tanks. Now, come back up here, and the other tank is the Freemax tank, and it's well, let's show you. Come back down here again. Forget what I said. This is the box for the Starre tank. It looks a lot like you know, the stuff from Innikin. You know, the boxes from Innikin. Simple plastic cutout here, and on the bottom you have your extra coil and you have your glass tank. And it comes out like this. And you get your instructions in here. It's a very tall tank, by the way, which I will show you when I put them side by side. But it's got a nice little manual on how to take it apart, how to use it, and all that kind of stuff. Came in handy for me. And so let's get rid of this. Now, when you get a tank, when you buy a tank, it probably comes just like this. This is how ours came. And then inside, you get the whole deal. So that's that. So let's put that over here. So I have the Matrix tank and the Starre tank. Excuse me, God, I sound like a fool. And as you can see, the Starre tank is taller, much taller. Whoa, get them out of the picture here. Come here, come here. There you go. See what I mean? It's much, much taller. Okay. All right, come back up here. I was very surprised by the performance of both of these tanks. Like I said, I expected more from the Matrix than what I got. A couple things I want to show out. So now we're going to go down here and we're going to take a look at each individual tank. Okay. So if you come down here again, and come on, focus on me, baby. Come on, come on. You know you can do it. You know you can do it. Come on. Come on. All right. These wide open slots here for airflow control. Right in here. Really, really wide ones. And airflow control up here on the drip tip. Now, you have to, doesn't work as easy as I'd like it to. You got to kind of hold the drip tip and move it like this. You know what I mean? And for me, this added much too much air to the equation, even though I am vaping, you know, wide open on my tanks these days. This little bit added just a little bit too much, so I keep that closed. But any 510 drip tip will work, and as soon as I get more of my Lolly design tips, I will replace these. The airflow control is these big slots, like this. Wonderful, wonderful slots. And the name is right here, Matrix. And it's got this little tiny grill deal here. And it's a nice looking tank. Now, let's take a look at the Starre tank. The Starre's written down here. And a very wide bore drip tip. Both of them have a wide bore drip tip. And these are definitely cloud chunkin', cloud chaser deals here. I'll show you the coils here in a minute. Maybe the airflow controller down here is very much the same as the Matrix in size, I guess. Although these are probably a little bit bigger, and they have 6 positions that click into place, which I thought was nice. And this is your maximum opening right here. Okay. So, I mean, it's a good-looking tank. You know, Julia remarked that this piece, this outer ring here, felt kind of cheap, and I have to agree with her. It does, but the rest of it feels really, really good. It's just, you know, it's stainless steel and glass, you know, so we're going to get what we get. Okay, so come on back up here. The Starre Tank comes with a 0.2 ohm and a 0.5 ohm. Now, I have heard that when they're all over the place, I guess, that you can choose to get 2.2s or 2.5s. You know what I mean? But the ones that we received had one of each. So I can't really say that you can do that. I can say that I've heard that. If it's true, it's kind of different because everybody else gives you a choice. So I don't know. But for this today, we are using the 0.5 ohm coils in both of these. And just want to make sure here. Actually, what the frig? Who did that? Dave, did you change the coil? You did, didn't you? I don't know why he did that. Okay, this is the point. God damn. I wanted a side-by-side comparison here. This is the 0.2 coil. Coil, come back down here again. This is the point. Jesus Christ. What a bunch of crap. Do I know what I'm doing or not? You know, I can't start over either because I'm too fucking lazy. Oh, that's gonna cause me to stop. Hey folks, welcome to the Cold Open. I'm your host, John Manzione, and today we're going to take a look at the Starre Tank from Freemax and the Matrix Tank from High Voltage. I'll be right back right after our opening theme. And welcome back. I want you to come down here to my what? Come down here to my desk, okay? This is today. I have the Starre from Freemax and the Matrix from High Voltage. For me, the easiest way to tell them apart is this knurled outer ring here on the Starre Tank is huge, and it's knurled, and this one is not. So that's the easiest way to do it. The Matrix is equipped with, let me just make sure of that, is equipped with the 0.2 coil today because the performance, and that's what, since these aren't reviews, these are more like demo. Come back up here for a minute. I don't want to say this while you're staring at the devices. These aren't really reviews kind of things. These are more like demonstrations and just talking, having some fun, relaxing. And so what I want to present to you today is these two tanks in their prime performance with the equipment that I have on hand. Unfortunately, I would love to take the Starre Tank, which can go up to 100 watts, to a higher part, but Julia and I both own this SMOK M80 Plus, and although the spec says it allows it, and it does indeed go down to 0.2, neither one of our devices will work with the Starre Tank in the 0.25 ohm coil or the 0.5 ohm coil. 2 out of 2, that's kind of weird. So it has to do with the connector. And even though this is I believe this is a floating pen, I haven't really done the official review on this yet. But during my preparation, well, maybe not. Maybe that is the problem. I don't see it pushing in and out. So that could be it. But it's not connecting. So if you do have an M80 Plus, you may not find the Starre Tank working on your device. The The Matrix will, because I believed I already rated the Matrix on video. I don't know if I published it or not, but yeah, it read it, and it works fine. But the Starre Tank will not. And I'll show you just so you know I'm telling you the truth. Hey, if you can't trust me now, who can you trust, right? Give me a break. Okay, so we screw it in. And it doesn't work. See? Check atomizer. Check atomizer. And believe me, we have gone through this thing. I didn't cue myself to come down here, so I better do that again. Come down here. It says check atomizer. And it doesn't matter what we did. Clean it out. Make sure that the coil is firmly in place, the whole bit, and nothing works. So that's the deal, and I don't know why. I think I have a tank around here with, you know, the weird thing is the smoke, which you'll see on my review, the smoke has temperature control with the V0006 chipset. It has temperature control from 100 to 600 degrees, and it should have no problem reading it. Now, I have a nickel coil in this sub-tank, and it reads it fine. And it works fine, and that's at 1.6. So, excuse me, 0.16. So why it has problems with the Starre Tank is I'm pretty sure it's the connector, and they maybe should go back and see. And you know what? There's something else about the Starre Tank that I would also like them to do, which I will get to. But you know, let's get back. Come on down here again as I refasten these little guys here. This is the Starre Tank. This is the Matrix tank. Both work fine on the Vapor flask. They also work fine on the Vapor Shark as well. But they give totally different, I didn't say totally different, but they give different kind of a vape experience. As you can see, the Starre Tank is much taller. It is 22 millimeters, so so they will look nice on whatever device you want to put them on. But that is significantly taller. One of the reasons why is because this holds 5 milliliters of juice, which is really good, because even the Sub-Tank Mini without the RBA component holds 4.5. So this extra capacity here is definitely worth it. The Matrix tank is anywhere from $29 to $45, and same thing with the Starre Tank. I've seen it for either $18.99 or $29.99, all the way up to $43.99 or $45.99. So look around, get the best deal you can. And it's just they're just two very, very different tanks, but they both work well. And come on back up here. This is and that I don't do straight out reviews. I mean, you know, I don't get into, you know, all right, now we're going to talk about, you know, the coils, and now we're going to talk about this, that, and the other thing. I just kind of wing it, kind of go through it, kind of sort of like, you know, I'm talking to a friend and he's saying, or she's saying, hey, how do you like it? What does it do? You know, can you do, what's it like? You know, that kind of thing. So, and that's what I do. That's what I do best. So that's what I do. I don't think I have the discipline to go through step by step and all that crap like my buddy Joey or Nick or anybody else that do these things much better than I do. But So anyway, first let's talk specifically about the Matrix tank. What attracted me to the Matrix tank was its good looks first. In my opinion, it is a better looking. Let's go back down here again. It is a better looking tank than the Starre Tank. In my opinion, it's cleaner. It's a little bit classier. Even the finish, they're both stainless steel, but even the finish appeals to me more on the Matrix tank. So, and I dig this this down here. I dig this groove. I dig this groovy trip, man. These slots, these grooves up here. I call them a carburetor kind of look. I really like those for some reason. So, you know, this appealed to me. But when I got it, and I bought this thing at full retail for $45.99, I had high hopes. And I'm going to show you what it will do with the 0.2 ohm in it on a Vapor Shark. It does work. And it also works with the higher wattage M80 here, but I was a little disappointed in the flavor, even after letting it sit overnight, which will sometimes help. I should say it did help somewhat with the Matrix tank, but it's still left it a little bit short. And then when I integrated the Starre Tank into my process here, the Starre Tank needed practically no time to start putting out a bunch of flavor and a bunch of vapor. So I have this set to, I should set it all the way up. I should blow it out all the way up at 40 here, and give you. Show you what this thing can do, and I'll tell you about the flavor that I'm getting from it and all that stuff. Pretty good flavor. Lots of clouds. But because I'm only pushing 40 watts through this 0.2 ohm, the vapor is not nearly as warm as a lot of people like it. And I like a warmer, I don't like a hot, vapor, but I do like a warmer vapor than this will put out on this device. It is warmer when I used it on the X80 or the M80. And there I got really superior vapor. The flavor was about the same. I mean, I can tell when I'm vaping here, but it's not the same kind of richness, deep richness that I get from the Arctic Tank, which I know somebody left a comment and they said the Arctic Tank tastes awful. That could very well be. I mean, taste is subjective for one thing, but then it also depends on which juice you're using. I use a very high VG juice, and I use an all-day vape from Vape News called Nilla No Vape, and that's all I use. So, that may very well be, but for me, the Arctic Tank produces a rich, deep flavor that is just absolutely amazing. All right, so there are a couple of other features with this tank. Let's come down here for a minute, and I will show you. There is an air hole. Let's see if I can get a better picture here. There's an air hole, air slot up here, so you can control the airflow right in the drip tip as well. See, it's not easy for me to do, so I got to do it like this. And if you can see it, yeah, you can see it. Well, there you go. See, so but I found that added too much air, so I keep that closed. And let's come back up here. I keep it closed. It's just personal preference, but I mean, you really have to give it a couple of good tokes to get a nice vapor going. But even when doing that, it doesn't get as warm as it needs to get. All right, so I'll put that over here. Let's go down to the Starre Tank, which Julia is just finishing up her written review on this, and she absolutely loves the hell out of this tank, and I have to agree with her that except for a couple of minor issues, this is a terrific tank. What I don't like, I'm similar. Julie and I agree 100% on this extra wide airflow controller, this knurling here, this metal. This metal feels doesn't feel like stainless steel. It feels like some sort of base, you know, cheapo metal, sheet metal kind of deal. I'm not saying that it is, but it feels that way. And if I were if I were Freemax, I would go back and if it is not stainless steel, I would certainly make it stainless steel like the rest of the tank, and I would also, if it is stainless steel, I'd make it a little bit thicker and maybe make their knurling on here less. It sticks out too high. It's the base relief on it is way high. I mean, you know, you can hurt yourself with it if you press hard enough. But the air holes are wonderful, wonderful on here. And if I have time, I will show you the coils too, because the coils on both of these guys allow for a lot of juice to reach the coils, to reach the actual coils. Okay, so this is, okay, let's press this. This is a 0.2 coil in the Starre Tank as well. And well, see, now that just jumped. Huh. Let's loosen that up now. And, okay, now, all right. Well, let's show you what this guy can do. This is not the 0.2 coil. So it read 0.23 for a second, and now it's reading 0.51. So I don't know what the deal is. It says it's a half ohm coil on the side here, though. I did read that. So, and that to me is the best coil to use with a 40-watt device, is half ohm, because you're going to get a lot of warmth with the vapor. If you can go higher than 40 watts, then by all means, you know. But I mean, it's the sub tank with a half ohm coil gives me a lot of warmth with my 40-watt devices. So I don't know, you know. I mean, you would think that performance would be very similar when they seem to be, you know, copying each other in the specs and only changing up the designs a little bit or the size of the holes. And you know, how much difference can I make? Well, apparently a lot. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to show you what the vapor looks like in this, and I think you'll be as amazed as I was, because this this delivers some vapor. Now let's check it out. Oh, God. The vapor is much warmer, much thicker, and the flavor is as good as the Arctic. And I was very, very surprised about that. I really was. I'll tell you exactly why I was surprised in a minute. I'm going to get another hit, though. This is really a great tank. I'm disappointed in the Matrix tank with either coil, and I just don't think it's not living up to the hype that I'm hearing about it. Okay, but now let me tell you what kind of bothered me. Julia Julia mentioned it to me, and I immediately agreed with her, but I identified with it too, because a lot of the mail that Dave gets is forwarded to me for, you know, review or whatever, even though he runs the ship now. But So the people from Freemax really wanted us to review it, and they want a lot of people to review it. You're going to see a lot, if you haven't already. I haven't checked, but I think there is a lot of YouTube videos on this already. I don't know about written reviews. I think Julia might be the first written review, but there's a lot of videos of them. I mean, they're really pushing this tank. And at first, I didn't know whether they were pushing this tank because, you know, if everybody's reviewing it, then it must be a good tank. You know, that kind of thing, you know, that kind of play that some people do. Or if it's such a good tank that they want everybody to review it to see how good it is. And as it turns out, I have a feeling that they're doing it because they're going, guys, we put together a great tank. Let's get it out there. You know, it started again. I can't believe I went that long. The movies, the film tripped, and so I don't know how much of this was broken up. Well, I'll see it in the editing room. But anyway, so the Starre Tank is a spectacular tank. A couple of improvements that I would make is definitely the outer ring. Let's come back down here again and give me one more look at that. The outer ring, there's 6 clicks for 6 settings, which I like about that. I just don't like the way this feels. It looks cheap. It feels cheap. It's not as easy to fill as a sub tank where you just pour it in, but it's better than trying to fill the Arctic tank. There's a little bit more space in that. Let me see if I can grab a coil real quick here. Yeah. Hello. Mother, have you seen my coil, Mother? Ah, here it is. Who's hiding? Just grab it out here. You know, I'm finding as the years go along, it's harder and harder for me to grip things. I'm always dropping things now. It just sucks. But such is the way. Okay, let's restart my movie camera down here. Come on, don't give me the... You son of a bitch, you. Come on. Guys, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. I got to get this stupid camera started again. And I am back. You know, looking over the time that I have invested in this thing, I'm going to really try to edit out some of the BS that I've got in here so you guys don't have to suffer through my nonsense, okay? But let's go down here where this stupid camera is working again and show you the incredible size of the holes in this thing. Look at that. That is just absolutely amazing. And look at this. These are dual coils. This is a dual coil, dual vertical coil. And it is stuffed with cotton. And it is just... And you wonder where the vapor comes from? Well, it comes from right here, guys. It comes from right here. So, all right. So let's come back up here, and to finish it up. This I would. Let's see. Would I give up my sub tanks and switch to the Starre Tank? It'd be difficult. I mean, I really love my sub-tanks. And I really love my Arctic, too. Those are my 2 favorite tanks. I can definitely say that we paid for 1 Matrix tank, and we're not gonna do that again. I just think they need to... now I watch a lot of people go, I love the Matrix tank, and you might, and that's all well and good because you know it's all about what we want. It's all about personal style, personal choice, dude. You know, so there's nothing wrong with that. If you love the Matrix tank, if you know people that love the Matrix tank, and you want to invest the money to get one, then definitely do it, man, because you might love it. But for me, it doesn't work. I mean, it works obviously, but it doesn't do it for me. As far as the Starre Tank goes, I think, I can't swear to you, but I think if they went back to the drawing board and put a better outer ring here to control the the airflow, if they made this a higher quality, then yeah, I would definitely, I definitely have a few. I don't know if I can say to you that I would get rid of my, or stop using my sub-tanks, but I would certainly have more of these. So I think this is an A+ in performance for flavor and vapor. For the outer ring, it's a C-, but it's a great tank. So I will leave you with one hit more from the Starre Tank, and I'll let you go. I'll get out of your hair. Also, one last thing. What was one last thing? Remember that question I told you, if you've been watching, we're going to ask at the end of all of our reviews, even though this isn't really a review, if I lost this Starre Tank, would I buy a new one? The answer is maybe. I'm going to wait a few weeks, and I'm going to see if enough people have are slightly disappointed in the feel of this ring here, and are maybe worried that it might break or whatever, not work as well later. And let's see if they go back and change that. If they do, then, you know, if I lost it, yeah, I definitely replace it. There's a for most of the tanks that I have, there is a time and a place, and my everyday vape right now, my constant in my hand constantly is a Kanger sub tank. But if it's not a Kanger sub tank, it's an Arctic tank, and I could definitely throw this into the mix. So there you go. Starre Tank, great. Matrix, disappointing, but some people may find it great. Who knows? And that's as ambiguous as I can get. So, John Manzione, the cold open. I'll be back with an official. I have the Acme tank coming. I can't believe they're calling the company Acme. But I have the Acme tank coming, and a couple of others. I can't remember. SMOK VCT or VCT Pro or something like that. And they're on the way, so it won't be long. And that's it. Have a pleasant day. Have a pleasant rest of the week. If you haven't subscribed, think about doing so, because they do get better than this. Don't look at my early stuff, because they suck. I mean, they really suck. But I'm getting better, and I will continue to get better. So hang in there. Take it easy.